Today we're road tripping from California to Utah, where there's no shortage of remote camping opportunities we'll explore, along with some other cool sights along the way. Of course, we're gonna stop in Vegas. You got to when you're heading out this way. But the first leg of the journey, through the Cajon Pass, out into the Mojave Desert, we'll find our first stop on this journey. That's right, we have made it to the desert. Little change of scenery was in order. Gone is the beach, and now we found ourselves out in the Mojave Desert near the town of Calico. So we're gonna pass our first night here on this trip. So there is the way back to town, kind of toward the 15 Barstow, just a little north of Barstow. Actually, right next to the Calico Ghost Town, which of course was our first stop. Signed by Walter Knott, one of my favorite old-timey, sort of faux historic mining towns, but worth a stop. Calico was once an historic mining boomtown. Silver was discovered here back in 1881. However, its silver heyday would only last about 15 years. Nearby borax mining kept the town going till about 1907, but by 1910 or so, Calico had officially become a ghost town. One of the more popular photo ops here is the Bottle House. Oh, they even do the colors, like the different... That's a Star of David, if I'm not mistaken. Man, each one of these little glass bottled. No plastic. It was in the 1940s that Walter Knott saw success designing ghost towns with his iteration there at Knott's Berry Farm in Southern California. That was complete with its own bottle house as well. And in the 1950s, he purchased this ghost town of Calico out here and decided to recreate it, turn it into a tourist trap. I'm told some of the original buildings remain from its mining heyday. Kind of wondering if these might be some of them. These don't look accessible to guests. I've always loved some of the lore and history of Walter Knott. I've had this postcard ever since I was born. It predates me by several decades. Doesn't look like there's a date on here, but back when they used to call it Knott's Berry Place and advertised their fried chicken dinner, which they still have today. But if you love Old West history or Southern California history, Walter Knott is a name you should know. These days, it's mostly old-timey Western stuff and kind of touristy photo ops and stuff like that. They do have a mine here, which you can tour. We actually showed up toward the end of the day, right as they were closing, so we didn't get to do it. There's a few other cool things here. There's a train. It's a really fun little town to stop in. If you're ever passing through Barstow, one of the few fun sights you might catch out here. I got the van to pass out in, but Mike was looking for a place to set up his tent, and now we're looking at these creepy caves. These go way deeper than I thought. These are like dirt bike tracks and stuff mostly. That's like ATV, but these are real caves. Let's take a look. Oh, that goes back there. Creepy. Definitely some trash and some beer cans. So we're not the first people to come here. Wow, this is creepy. That goes down there. God, yeah. Honestly, we're mostly just looking for like a free turnout to like pass the night, a little free night of camping out here on our way out towards Vegas tomorrow and beyond. But God, this is cool. Not only is there like all kinds of like off-road and dirt bike stuff, but these caves are incredible. God, we're gonna have the whole night to explore this too. It's gonna get creepy. See the van there in the distance. It was the first spot we scouted out, but in retrospect, I feel like right here, a little bit better wind coverage, and it's definitely flatter right here than where the van's at. That's with leveling blocks, and it still looks awkward. Okay, got the van positioned where we like it now. Got our own little fire pit even. Gonna go ahead and level out the tent surface there. Yeah, not bad. Pretty decent little campsite here. Free primitive camping just off the 15 near Barstow. And not mad at those sunset colors. A last bit of light hitting the hill there. Quite nice. All right. Yeah, that one goes way down. Go this way. Yeah, dude, that support. It's like a T. What the fuck, dude? Where does that go? Let's look at this one.
This one looks even worse.
Beer cans aplenty. High noons. Someone's having a good time. There we go. All right, let's take a look. Oh, someone definitely had, look at the roof. Someone definitely had a fire.
Oh, wow, yeah. The thing burnt out.
Let's see. This one looks like the one that goes back. Man. Okay, there's a dead end. Oh, what's that one? Oh, it might be a dead end too. What's down here on the left? Oh, it just keeps going.
Oh, look at that.
Man, this is nuts, dude. This shit's all like so brittle. Look at this. I don't like any of that. Oh no. And yeah, there's some crazy caves throughout here. Did not expect this to happen.
You can see all the yellow flowers, too.
Yeah, even out here, driest place ever. There are flowers right now. Yeah, these are cool. All these little tunnels. Oh, it goes up. Oh, God. Where is he going? It's not quite as sketchy as it looks. Just don't look down. Yeah, not a bad view from up here. Our own little private canyon in the desert for the night. Not a soul out here. And our own little adjacent caves next door, which luckily nobody was camping in or creeped out squatting in there. Thank God. But yeah, enjoy. Nice chill evening here. Have ourselves a fire, cook a little food. Pass a nice evening out here in the middle of the desert. Morning. Enjoyed a nice peaceful night out here. Nobody bothered us. Just sleeping under the stars out here. Nice temperature. Can't complain at all. Gonna clean up a bit. Get back on the road. Next stop, gonna be the town of Baker, which everybody knows. Quite famous for their biggest thermometer in the world, evidently. It's definitely one of the tourist draws to this little podunk town. Also have the most alien-themed jerky store in the world. I'm not sure if that's actually a thing, but it's hard to imagine a more alien-themed jerky store than this.
Alien sees in your future? The bathroom can wait.
I swear, this place gets nicer every time I come here. They're always working on it. It's a nice little shop. Bunch of weird stuff to check out in here. Some random petrified wood. I mean, we mostly just stopped to use the bathroom, but this place is cool, even if you don't have to. Very nice store. I mean, the theming is out of control. They've had this crazy old, I think it's a Ford Taurus. It's been out here for a very long time, complete with aliens. Yeah, that was not a nice restroom. Quite gross. Let's see what we got, though. He's got to support local businesses. These really aren't as expensive as I remembered. You get 2 bags of these for 20 bucks. Got some honey teriyaki and a spicy one. And a bizarre drink just for the hell of it. Catalina wine mixer. Passing across the state line through Prim Valley, Nevada. You know, I'd heard rumors that this place was really struggling lately. That is Buffalo Bill's famous Desperado roller coaster. I can say as of March 26, it is indeed closed, and there are for sale signs out front, which is pretty darn depressing, honestly. Speaking of shit that's closed, look at the Mirage. They are tearing this down. I also had heard the Mirage had closed, and it very much is a thing. They are halfway done tearing it down, but as they say, out with the old, in with the new. See the Hard Rock Hotel being constructed right next door. We are taking this from the Treasure Island parking lot, which, as of 2026, March, still free. Gotta love that. Great view up here. Still free parking. It's right off the freeway, right on the strip. You can see the sphere all lit up there, even in the daytime. Used to have a very good strip view, but today it is largely just the Hard Rock Hotel there. That guitar-shaped building is right in the middle of the strip. Not sure how to feel about that just yet. Anyway, we have officially made it to Treasure Island. Still free parking. 2026, still free parking. Who would have guessed? While still vaguely pirate-themed, they have not done the live pirate shows here in quite some time. However, the lobby's still pretty cool, has some intricate pieces of artwork. Like these amazing carvings here. Look at all the details there. It's actually carved out of a giant elephant tusk. Pretty cool. Anyway, we are just working our way down, heading to the Bellagio. Gotta love the spiral doors.
Making me do work.
God, it's just always so gorgeous in here. This place is really a must-stop every time you're on the strip. The conservatory here has rotating art exhibits, going with a Lunar New Year theme this year, and it was just really gorgeous. Everything made out of roses and just all this amazing detail. It's crazy that this is free to see. So every time I'm in Vegas, I always stop here to check out some of their free artwork. You're looking at a man in Crocs inside a Louis Vuitton store. I'm not sure how that's even a thing. But they allow it. Yep. Walk in there in flip-flops. I'll be damned. Speaking of places that look way too nice for our current attire. I freaking love the lobby of the Caesars. Just amazing in here. It's just so opulent. Right across the street from this amazing place is still $3.99 foot-long dog. Can't beat that. We ended up going the corn dog route for $2.79. Right on the strip. Really can't beat that. Even the drinks we got right on the strip. We got 2 mixed margaritas for $7. Like, it's really not as bad as people say. That coupled with the free parking, pretty cheap stop. It's a good sign. Okay, time to get back on the road. You weren't kidding. Fuck, dude. Tell me you can't park there. You can't park there, sir. Anyway, on to one of my favorite parts of this journey up into Utah. This is that bizarre little corner of Arizona. You actually pass through Arizona just briefly on the 15 heading north before you cross right over into St. George, Utah, which is where we're heading next. But this little canyon pass right south of St. George. Really nice to drive through. Of course, there is no shortage of canyons out here. Look at that view here at tonight's campsite. Got ourselves another totally free to camp here for 14 days. Amazing campsite. Got a fire pit. That is the Virgin River there in the background. That's not the Colorado. It does look a bit like the Grand Canyon, but it is not. Hiking our way up here just a bit to check it out. Man, look at some of these clouds out here. It's just the last bit of light here at sunset. Some of those mountains there in southern Utah, certainly snow-capped. But beautiful colors out here. Really enjoyed the night out here. Made ourselves some dinner before realizing we ran out of propane. Actually brought 4 tanks, and all of them were right about empty. Caught some beautiful stars out here, though. Look at the Big Dipper there. And morning colors, not too bad either. Another nice night of free camping just outside of Hurricane, Utah. Hurricane. Now we're on to the final leg of this portion of the journey, heading up into Utah. Nice look at some of those snow-capped mountains run all along this great state. For too long, we have arrived. Famous Yale University. No, that's not what that Y is. This is actually BYU. And Brigham Young University there. God, look at those mountains in the background. This really gorgeous campus here in Provo, Utah. And BYU has a really cool paleontology museum as well. We are stopping here to check that out. Nice little viewing area for some of the employees back there, hard at work doing whatever he's doing. What I like about this place is that a lot of the bones on display here are all locally sourced, actually. Of course, famous in the western part of the United States is the Smilodon, saber-toothed cat. Also, a couple other Utah dinosaurs here. Utah raptor. That is an actual size raptor, putting to bed the myth you may have heard about Jurassic Park that velociraptors were tiny. A lot of them were. Not here in Utah, though. That thing is massive, as is the Moabosaurus. Moab, Utah, named for it, no doubt. Look at the size of this thing. Big old Brachiosaurus looking thing. They got a massive Allosaurus right next to it. God, it's crazy to think that these creatures roamed right here where we've been hanging out, where we've been driving this whole road trip. These things used to live and walk around. Now, some of the bones here are casts or reproductions, not genuine, but a lot of them, most of them, in fact, are not. Like this pelvic bone you see here, the Apatosaurus, that is genuine, as is this femur bone. That is his leg bone. Look at the size of it next to me. Crazy. Worked our way into the urban parts of Utah at one of the Shields locations just south of Salt Lake. Really nice store. I love these places. A lot of cool stuff to check out in here. Kind of like a big Bass Pro Shops, complete with a indoor Ferris wheel, bunch of other stuff. We are heading to Colin's house. Gonna be staying with an old friend of mine for a few days. You'll like him. He's quite a character. Always a good time up here with friends. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you. Appreciate you watching for that long. Think about throwing me a subscribe. I don't have many, so it would mean a lot to me. Anyway, thanks again for watching. See you on the next one.